To share my top 10 or 10 of the best sales in January and 10 of the worst. Thought it might be interesting. I've not done anything for a few days because I did my back in. I've done my shoulder in, which is a pain when you've got to lug parcels down to the post office. I'll tell you what I'm really glad about though is the fact that I put things in drafts. They go in the store, my store of listings that aren't live in my drafts, and then draw 5 down every day. I've been taking full advantage of that. So what else have I been doing? I'm just going to check everything's on. Everything is working because I've kind of got 2 screens going on at the moment because I'm going to share. I've got to share application windows, etc., etc. Says I've got 1 viewer at the moment, which is probably myself watching myself, which is interesting. So yes, I have carried on listing and putting stuff in the drafts. Sales have been really good last few days. All right, RJ, how you doing? Yeah, not too bad. Got a bit of a bad back, but there you go. And yeah, I thought I'd do live. It's the sort of thing I normally pre-record and then make live. But I've got a busy old day today. I've got to. I've already been down to my local high street twice because I go down in the morning and drop my eldest at the bus stop because it's dark when he leaves, and then I went down just now to drop my parcels off. I would have done both at the same time, but it was too early when I went this morning. And then later on, I've got to go up to London with my eldest because we've got to go up to City Hall and meet Sadiq Khan, which is a bit random, but it's some sort of competition his school went in for, and there's something up there where you meet Sadiq Khan. So I've got to put on a suit, got to put on some smart clothes. I was thinking of doing this in the suit, but then I kind of thought, no, I don't think I will. So I'm going to crack on and do these top 10 eBay sales and see. I don't know what to do first, the good ones or the bad ones. No idea. I'll give a recap on my sales, how they've been. But like I say, I really can recommend, if you're having a burst of listing, chuck them in drafts and then consistently bring down a set number every day, you know, depending on what level you're at. So I would say, you know, I'm aiming, if I've got 150 drafts or less, I'm going to make 5 live a day. If it's more than that, 6, etc. But here are my top 10 and bottom 10 sales. Hi Stephanie. Hi, carry on regardless. How you doing? I've got 5 whole views. Yeah, like I say, I wouldn't normally do a live on this. So what would you want first, the bad sales or the good sales? I was going to do the bad ones first, get those out of the way. My sales last 7 days been £740, which is all right. Anything over 100 a day I think is pretty good, but it's definitely that consistent listing. This is what I didn't do last year. I kind of like got through Christmas. It's kind of another mantra I have. Hi Shazad. Mantra I have is, if sales are good, list. If sales are bad, list. My life is full of mantras. But let's crack on. I don't want to keep you waiting, so I'm just going to have to play my own stream so I can make sure all this shares correctly. Okay, right, here we go. Hi Treasure Pirate. Heather. I've remembered a name. Okay, bottom 10 sales I'm going to whip through. Let's see if I can do this. Share screen. Share screen is easiest with 2 monitors. Well, I haven't got 2 monitors. Okay, let's share that. Okay, hopefully I'm watching myself on my laptop. I should see this shared screen in a minute. I can just see me saying I've remembered Heather's name. Your eBay has been slow, Steph. I'd recommend trying to do 5 a day, and like I say, I do it. I don't always list 5 a day, but when I'm having a draft, when I'm having a binge on listing, they go into drafts, and then at the moment I've probably got about 40 drafts complete, and I'm just taking 5 down in a day and making those live. You know, forgets that boom and bust, and but there we go. Okay, so here are the bad sales. And I've had this, I'll say they're bad, but you know, it's all money, I guess. So this first one is just a little, it's a Nick Butterworth mug, which I thought was a nice little thing. I can't remember how much this cost. I kind of normally would try and pick up this thing for sort of 50p. I can't remember where I got it either. I could look it up. But I kind of like button legs because I remembered your name. That's what all these thumbs downs are when I forget people's names. I was Car Boot Chris and I knew it began with B, and I was just on the stream going buh, 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 buh. I always forget. And Faye and Simon. See, I knew Faye's name, but I didn't want to guess it in case I guessed it wrong, and I didn't guess it, and then I don't think she was too chuffed, which is totally understandable. Yeah, I'm really bad. When I met people at where Nick lives, which I've forgotten the name of. Where does he live? Somewhere beginning with H. My memory's going badly. I met some of the lady resellers who you know, Heather, and I was like, you are but there we go, Hitchin. It's come back to me, Hitchin. Okay, so yeah, I just kind of like gather mugs, and again, kind of, I think it's a typical reseller thing. You think, oh, that's a good idea, get a load of Winnie the Pooh barrel mugs and stuff like that, but they don't really sell that great unless you can get them cheap. So I imagine this was 50p, sold for £8.79. Right, moving on. Okay, this was new in box. It's not actually a bad sale. I mean, it's just the price is low. I got a load of these 2 years ago. Hitchin, yeah, Hitchin. From a car boot, a guy was selling absolutely loads. I probably got about 30 of them, and they worked out probably about £1 or 2 each. Some of them sold for sort of 15ish, and sold quite quickly. But I was left with some, you know, stragglers, and I think I've got 3 left. So that just went. I'm just clearing this stuff out now. This would have been cut. I think cut price. So it probably started at around 20 quid. And then slowly over the months has gone down and down, 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 and finally clears. Glad to get rid of it, really. This is failed RA. I've still got some of these. If anybody wants, where are they? Here they are. I just realised you can't see me because I'm sharing my screen. But yeah, I've got 3 of these left. They were bought from B&M for I think they bought for a £5. It shows how bad I am at retail arbitrage. So it's me thinking, yeah, I'll buy these for a £5 and stick on Amazon for 15 quid and make some easy money. And then I think I checked them on Amazon, and the price wasn't there. Yeah, for those cars maybe, but they're so the ones I've got left are not well-known characters. So you have Timothy Two-Stroke, Chisaki, and something else which I've never heard of. But you're right, I could bundle those. Yeah, you're quite right, I could bundle them, but they're just kind of sitting there. So Fireman Sam, so since the price has been dropped on these and I'm making like no money at all, they've been selling, which is nice. So I'm probably making about 50p. So there you go. And another mug, quite a nice mug. I think I got this from a jumble sale, so it would have been like 20p or something. And again, it's just been sitting around, and I've still got one of these. I had 2 of these. I had a Minnie Mouse one and a Goofy one. So really, if my RA skills are terrible. Although I went out yesterday and with the intention of getting a load of stuff in TK Maxx, because everybody's been going, well, I say everybody, Andrew and Extreme Booters have been in TK Maxx buying loads of clothes. And oh shit, how much do I want for them? Whatever the eBay price is, and I'll do a 10% discount. You know, if you want to buy 3 of them. So yeah, I've got Suki. I'll show you when the camera's back on me. Suki, Chisaki, and Timothy Two-Stroke. Yeah, I'll show you to that. I don't know how much I want from. So yeah, I've still got a goofy one of these. But yeah, 20p to 10 quid. Just been hanging around. These are why these are bad sales, because they've been hanging around. And talking of hanging around, who wouldn't want a Willy ladies green skirt with circle pattern fabric by Paris? I don't know what all that means. A Willy skirt fabric by Paris. Dry clean or hand wash. Typical clothing failure. But there you go. Sometimes we get it right, sometimes we get it wrong. I thought it was quite a nice, well, I didn't actually pick this up. Liz would have picked this up, and we thought it was quite a nice, you know, good quality thing. But I just don't think, has anyone ever heard of Willy clothes? I've just never heard of them. So I guess you've got to get what sells. You wouldn't want to be seen dead in a Willy skirt. Okay. Bionicle. That's the sort of thing I bought loads of when I was first reselling, and I don't think I'd buy it again. I remember I went to my first car boot and bought a load of Bionicle for about 40 quid, and I've still got boxes of the stuff. So it slowly does dribble out, but yeah, Lego is very, very time consuming, and do not underestimate how much time it all takes. So Georgina's in. Good to see you. Crispy's in. All these people coming in. I was a bit worried no one was going to turn up because I didn't have any viewers for ages. But it's good to see you. And what I'm doing is my 10 worst sales in January and my 10 best sales in January. So we're sort of halfway through the 10 worst. So if you're looking at these and going, good God, he's a terrible reseller. Yeah, I am sometimes. All right, moving on. Another failed RA. I don't think this sold for $9.99. I've got a feeling it might have sold for $7.99, but either way, it's pretty bad. It would have been pick up me going in there, seeing the red label, thinking, oh, it's been reduced from, I don't know, they probably said it was reduced from 15 to 7 or something, and I believed it and bought it. And I had 3 or 4 of them, and I think I've still got a couple. And it's just clearing it out, really, clearing out mistakes. I have spare Lego, and I suppose I could sell it by weight, but I'm more inclined to keep it as in the background as yeah, in case I need parts for anything I do pick up, which I'll pick up Lego again. So if I'm at a boot fair and I see Lego, I'll only get it if it looks, you know, I'll check the minifigures, and if it looks like there's the odd stand a bit missing, I'll pick it up. But I'm quite wary of it, and I don't know if I'll do a haul again. Okay, so yeah, failed RA. This one has been kicking around for blooming ages. It's Skylanders nunchuck, and I think I got an offer on it soon after I put it on, but you know, I didn't accept it, and then it was hanging around for 3 years, and I sold it. The woman got it. It didn't work. I don't know why. I don't know if it was a special type or whatever, and I refunded it. So total failure on the Nintendo Wii Skylanders nunchuck. I wish I'd never seen the thing. Power A. I don't know whether that means anything or whether that's why it didn't work. But yeah, so this is the last of the failures, I think. Oh no, 2 more failures. Scruples. Okay. game of scruples. Now, the reason I say this was a failure, I was quite glad to get rid of it, and I would have only picked it up for a quid or whatever. But I saw Faye and Simon saying they were chucking it up to Amazon, and I think they were hoping to get like quite a bit of money for it, and it was a high rank. And I think when I checked it, could have been the time I checked it, the rank didn't seem that high. But sometimes that happens. You check ranks on Amazon and you think, oh no, you know, it's 300,000 or whatever, and of course ranks change, and you go back later and someone else is looking at it and going, yeah, we'll make loads of money off this. But there we go, it sold for £6.49, and I made a little bit of money, you know, got it moving on. I've just picked up, like, I've been to the Jumbles recently, and I've picked up loads and loads of board games. It seems like I'm going back in time, like 2 years. But it's all in sort of like preparation for they're going on eBay at the moment, but and when I have enough to fill up a box, then they will go to Amazon. That's the plan anyway. And the last one is, yeah, you always think there's money in gaming stuff, but you know, as you know, there's a lot of dross out there. So this has been kicking around. I've probably been trying to get too much money for it, and eventually only sold for like £7.50. But there you go. So that is all the bad buys. Hi Andrew, how you doing? Yes, definitely. I'm all for Shazad about the sales rank as an average. The trouble is, I don't think you can do that when you're out with your mobile phone and, you know, just using the app. But of course you can do it when you're at home and you're looking more in depth at something. I always will bring up the statistics hover over box. It's a real shame that historical rank isn't there, and I've thought about buying Keeper. I don't know how much it is actually, but I don't do enough Amazon at the moment to probably warrant it. You know, if I start doing like two, three, 4 boxes a month, I would. But at the moment, I tend to do like maybe 10 boxes max a year, and they're all in the Keeper chart on phone. Well, yeah, but is it on the phone? Oh, okay. I'll have to have a look at that then. But it doesn't give you the historical rank. It does give you the historical price these days. So yeah, the Keeper chart is there, but you don't have the history of the rank. You're good, Andrew. That's good to hear. I have a bad back. I did my back in a couple of days ago. So I'm slowly kind of getting trying to get moving again. So I was going to do this recorded, but I thought I'll take the easy option and do it live. Right, let's get on to the good stuff. This was a car boot pickup, probably like 2 years ago, and a Masterpiece board game yesterday. You picked it up. I've never heard of that. There's a crazy price. Is the rank good though? Yeah, that sounds good. For games, I normally go for 200,000 or less, or around about there. But there you go. So these are D&D figures. Obviously, D&D stuff is normally quite collectible. This was I'd never heard of this. I've heard of Citadel figures and Games Workshop and all that sort of stuff, because I used to have this sort of stuff when I was about 10, 11 in the early 80s. But Prince August figures, I've never heard of them. Started them off at 60, and they've been on a few months. And I think this is a classic example of my process resulting in a sale. If I'd have put this on and looked at this manually month on month, I would never have reduced it to this amount. And, you know, I would have gone balked at the fact that it's gone from 60 to 48. But the simple fact of the matter is I put that on at an optimistic price because I knew it was D&D stuff. And it's an unrealistic price. Now, this has gone through my process. First month, it's been on 60. Second month, it's been on 54, 10% off. Third month, it's automatically gone on. It's gone on a 20% sale. So it's taken it down to 48. and he sold at that. So I should definitely look at this as not that I've lost 12, but I've sold it after 2 years of being in the garage, and I've sold it at 48. 48 is not to be sniffed at. It's something I picked up for probably about 2 or 3 quid, and it's just been sitting in the garage. So you've always got to look at the positive of selling stuff through, and I would say at any price. Change my browser to desktop mode. Is this on my phone? You must be talking about on my phone. Okay, I will look at that. I haven't got my phone on me, but I will go and look at that later on. Yeah, good rank that, 200,000. May take a few months, but yeah, it's looking good. And if it's a rare, I assume it's quite rare, because the price is quite high. So if there's not a lot of other sellers, but saying all that, I am not an expert on Amazon FBA, so don't listen to me. But it sounds good. It does sound good. Okay, next one. Now this is a tale of 2 piggies, or 3 little piggies, because or maybe even 4 little piggies, because I have 4 of these that I picked up. I think about 7 quid for all of them, something like that. And I didn't put them on for a while, just because I knew they weren't the original type, and I've kind of been kind of holding off on them. But I thought, oh well, let's just chuck them on. I didn't know how much to charge for them. There was a similar one that sold for 100, but it had some writing down here. But anyway, I'm putting them all on bids, and so the first one sold for 37. I think the next one sold for about 40 something, and the last one I put on sold for 75. So it's kind of like, oh god, could I have got 75 for that? They are slightly different. If you look, like the bit at the bottom there's a black button there, but I don't think they're that different. So I've got one left of these. I'm happy to get like 30 quid. I'm happy to get 40 quid, and I'm definitely happy to get £75 on these. But this is just auctions for you. I do have one left. I think I might put it on a buy it now at £74.99 and just see what happens. And if it doesn't sell in like 3 months, then I'll stick it on auction. I'll see what the interest is like. But yeah, a tale of 4 little piggies, 3 of which have sold, and not at all bad. Like, I think 37. I think the other one sold for about 45, so that's about 80, 155, and 1 to go. So I'm going to probably break £200 for something that costs 7 quid. So that is not at all bad. Right, we're coming up to sort of stuff I've sourced recently now, and this was sourced in a charity shop in Epsom. I think it was £3. I wouldn't normally pick up t-shirts, but this was Keith Haring, or Haring, or I think he's Keith Haring, who is I think he's an Australian artist. I do like his stuff, all of that kind of simplified figure stuff. And the only reason I put this on so high was, and I think it sold at £27.99. I think I took an offer on it. Was because I saw someone else had sold. I mean, I would look at this and just sort of, it was from Uniqlo, and think, oh, it's just a Uniqlo t-shirt. Anyone could have bought that. There we go, Uniqlo. But I looked up MoMA special edition Keith Haring t-shirt, and there was another one, and they were trying to get 30 quid for it. So different style. But I thought, well, we'll give that a go. And what do you know, someone's gone for it. So it just goes to show that, you know, no matter where it's from, I think you can get some. You could even put like Primark stuff that's got like certain prints on, and you'll get the money if the demand is there. So that was very nice, easy to pack, and off it went. And the next one again was a charity shop pickup. I've been really dissing charity shops, you know, over the past sort of 6 months, because they are horrendously overpriced, and I'm sure I could just get the feeling all the stock's been gone through already, because I've never found like a football shirt, or very rarely find a football shirt. There's never any kind of old gaming stuff, so I just get the feeling that someone's gone in there and said, could you put aside all the gaming stuff and any football shirts you get, and if you get any good board games, I'll go through them, because you don't see them on the shelves anymore. But anyway, this was picked up for £5. Very nice jacket. So that went off last week, I think. So very nice flip, 5 to 45. Have to excuse me, I'm drinking coffee at the moment. Okay, on to the next one. I've sold many of these. And they'll always get this kind of price, 30, 40 quid. I'm kind of a bit wary about telling people about them, but because I want to pick them all up at boot fairs. But there you go. Definitely a good pickup if you see it. I paid. Any guesses how much I paid for this? It was at a jumble sale in Claygate. Hi, Robin B. How you doing? Good to see you. Going through 10 worst, 10 best sales in January. I paid 20p for this. So what's the ROI on that? It's my God, 40 times 5 is 40 times 5, is that right? 200%? No, it's more than that. It's probably like 2000%. I can't work it out. It's quite a bit. It could be even 20,000, who knows? But yeah, 20p for that. And when I bought it, it was a little boy behind the jumble style who sold it to me. Sold me this and a Buzz Lightyear, which actually both for 20p each, but the Buzz Lightyear had no foot, so I got done there. But he'll be kept for spares. And as soon as I get this, the woman next to him said, "You've got a bargain there." And I thought, well, yes, but it is a jumble sale. So. This is one that's been kicking around in the shed for a while, a boot fair pickup. So I imagine I would have picked this up for around about £5. So electronic stuff always sells well. I think it was a bit clicky on one of the Deck B has a slight clicky noise, but all explained. I thought it might be the tape counter. I didn't actually test the listening back to it. I just tested the functionality of it, because it needs to be plugged into an amp, and I haven't got an amp at the moment. I do need to get one that that I can test this sort of stuff on. But yeah, nice little flip that. And these, again, I've sold at least 3 of these. Absolutely classic style boombox. Lovely thing. I love that. And I think this again would have been a boot fair pickup for about £5. But I mean, that look of the 2 speakers either side, the double tape deck, Sanyo, yeah, you're talking early 80s, I think, on that, and it had like nice dubbing features on it. I needed to change the drive belts on this, but really easy to do. Obviously don't do it if you're worried about electronics, but it's just opening them up and putting a rubber band around a motor and some pulley wheels. That's all it really involves. So I bought a load of mixed drive belts from either eBay or Amazon. It cost me like 2 or 3 quid. So a definite good investment, because if you pick this sort of stuff up at boot fairs, you tend to always get it home, because it's from the early 80s. The drive belt is always going to be perished. And it's the same on mini displays. If your mini display doesn't eject, or doesn't eject properly, or eject slowly, it'll be the drive belt. And it's a simple fix, a real simple fix. I should do a video about that, but I just haven't got around to it. Okay, this was a pickup at a jumble sale in, I've forgotten the name of the place, but I got there. I did a video about it. I got there, and I got there at 2 minutes before the jumble sale was starting, and the queue was horrendous. And I got in there, and I didn't get a lot, but the one thing I did get was some Cliff Richard tour programs, a whole load of them, and that was a mixed lot with loads of West End show programs and other bits and bobs, and all of that lot was £1. And so that all got listed separately. So about 40 programs for about £5 or £6. The only thing that's sold out of that is a Chris de Burgh calendar, which is sold for £5. So at least I'm up on that. But this I bought for £2, I think. The battery compartment needed a bit of a clean. It took 3 AA's, and I had to unscrew it to get in there to give it a good clean. But once it was all cleaned, it all worked fine. There we go. There's the little thing coming on. I still don't know what it's for. I think it's for like a Mac. Yeah, I'll try and do that. It's lots of videos I kind of intend to do about mending stuff. Like Billy Bass fishes are quite easy to mend, if you know, and they can go for 40 quid. And a number of times you pick those up and they don't move. So I will bear that in mind. 2 sales, brilliant. Well done, Steph. That's good to hear. They're all coming through at once. Someone's turned the eBay machine on. Yes, I will do something. It's really, my setup needs to be a little bit better in terms of what I put my camera on, and I mean, my editing is terrible, and my channel is not professional at all. I don't do thumbnails, but one thing I do try and do is actual relevant content. So yeah, I will do that. Thanks for the feedback on that, and anything else you want to see on the channel, or anything else you don't like, let me know what you do and don't like, because it's really, really useful to know. I mean, I know some of my things go on a bit, and I think sometimes people don't like the List 5 live, because that's like an hour of someone listing, and there's a lot of these listing streams. But really, the idea of that is it's Monday morning. Let's just get an hour and just get some stuff done. Let's try and start the week. So that's the whole idea on that. But yeah, I'm happy to take any feedback. But yeah, I think this back to this Alpha Smart. I think it was for an early Mac. I've got really no idea. I showed it on a haul. When I showed it on a haul, someone had said, "Oh yeah, you'll get 50 quid for that." So the little pound signs whizzing around in my eyeballs. This is a nice pickup. This was again from the Claygate jumble sale, where Liam and Peter Ray were there as well, snaffling stuff. And this cost me £2, and it sold for the full price, £2 to 70 price. Very nice pickup, and it was very nice. I got it at the jumble, could put it on my back as a baby carrier. The only trouble with this was packing the thing. I was hoping I could squish it in a banana box, but it was too wide with this kind of belt. Even when you kind of push that in, it didn't go the width of a banana box. So I needed 2 banana boxes kind of end on end, not even kind of one within each other, but end on end. And all these metal bars as well. I don't know if you can see that. And then it wasn't long enough for the banana box, so I kind of had to open it out at the top, open both banana boxes out at the top, and form it in it looked like a kind of house with a roof, if you can see what I mean. So and that's gone GSP, so it's gone to the States, and the 2 banana boxes, with pointy thing at the end and tape all around it, bubble wrapped and God knows what. But hopefully it will get there. It's been Hermes to the GSP distribution center and be sent on from there. So fingers crossed, the person in the States who bought it will get it and leave wonderful feedback. Okay, I think we're on the last one. And the last one is a lovely Panasonic EZ49V, which is a video DVD combi, recall from one to the other. I have sold a couple of these before. They will always, you might have to wait, but they will go for this, tend to go abroad. Now, as for how much this cost, I bought this with 2 other Panasonic units, which were DVD HDD drives, which probably will get me between 40 and 60 each, and they're still for sale. And 2 of them were 15 and 1 of them was 25, and I can't remember. I think actually this was priced at 15, but it means that one of the other ones was overpriced at 25, but I bought all 3. And like I say, if ever you see a combi, even the basic combis that just play videos and play DVDs will probably get you around about 50. But if you get like a good make, like a Panasonic or a Sony, and it records from one to the other, and you have the remote control. I put on this listing includes manual, and it didn't. I made a mistake, but I contacted the buyer and he was fine with it. He was absolutely fine. So yeah, a bit of a mistake there, but yeah, very nice sale. I always get nervous with these sales. Again, it was packaged up in a banana. I use banana boxes for all this sort of video stuff. They're absolutely hard as rock. Sometimes difficult to get a lid, but you can just like get the bottom bit of another banana box and cut it and just plonk it on and tape it all around. But yeah, double bubble wrap, a cardboard around the bubble wrap, and then in a banana box with loads of void fill around, which I use newspaper for void filler. Right, those are my bottom 10 and top 10. Let me stop sharing. Let me go back to StreamYard. So there you go. That was January. Like I say, yeah, really pleased with sales. And I put it all down to consistency. 5, at least 5 a day. And I know that is tough, but if you're finding it tough to do that, so like today, my back's been done in. I've got a busy day today. I've got to go up to London later on and meet Sadiq Khan. It's a bit random, so random. Well, my son's meeting Sadiq Khan, not me. I will just like take 5 down from my drafts now and make those live. I haven't got a lot of time for anything else today. So yeah, I've got much else to say really. So I'll end the video there unless anybody wants me to sort of cover anything else. Shellstar, can't believe you just said that. How are my profits? Well, everything was worked out up until the end of December, and it's pretty good. Let's put it like that. Yeah, it's all right. Haven't got the exact numbers, but you know, there you go. Cooking Haydens are in. That is Car Boot Chris and Bargain Bell. Yes, the names are in there now. I am just about to go because I've been on for about 40 minutes. But what I've been doing is my worst 10 sales, which is the first half, and the best 10 sales in January 2020. So I hope you all enjoyed that. I hope you have a great day. Hope you get some great sales, and I'll see you soon. Take care. Bye.